can definitely need to get better. So let's say we normal stuff, business coaching, you're trying to get your business online, personal trainer, blah, blah, blah.
Yep,
Well,
easy.
I ask you, all right, perfect. Listen, what attracted you to book this call?
Just interested in taking my business online at the moment. So used to own a bunch of gyms, don't do that anymore. So I've been doing PT. Now I'm looking to, maybe go online. Not really sure.
All right, fantastic. You say you have a bunch of gyms?
I used to, yeah.
All right, tell me a little bit more about that, if you don't mind, out of curiosity.
I just used to have like 2 or 3 gyms. Yeah, man. And they were like small group training. When I sold it back to the business partner a couple years ago.
Okay, and if you have to go back, what's the main mistake? What's the main things that you would have changed, and what's the things that you would have kept from that?
I suppose I would have, like, the front end machine was pretty good. Like getting people in, signing them, but like just the whole hassle of having a gym. Your expenses are just crazy high, and so you're just constantly fighting a battle to keep people, and you're keeping them, and then something goes wrong, an employee sneezes at the wrong time, and 25 people quit, and you're just constantly back and forth, back and forth.
I'm with you. And how did that change you met, if you don't mind asking?
What do you mean?
Yeah, how having a business and having to sell your business and dealing with the hustle of having a gym changed you?
Not really sure. I learned that I didn't really want to own a gym.
Okay. And why now online? What would that mean for yourself to go online?
It's just kind of a way to, I guess, leverage my time a bit better. So, you can still make the same income, but you should have somewhat less of an overhead, because you still have to, sales and marketing is going to be relatively similar. But like you don't have those high delivery costs of having a gym. Okay,
perfect. And you say leverage your time?
Yeah.
Okay, out of curiosity, like, what do you mean from that? Like, what do you mean by leverage your time?
Just like, so I don't have to work so many hours to make that same income that I was. And
that would be the main goal that you have?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's definitely, the goal is to, work less and make more. That's probably everyone's goal, I would say.
For sure, I'm with you. That's a good outcome. And why that kind of goal is important for you? Like, what would you be able to enjoy if you are capable, if you're capable to leverage more time?
If I could leverage my time better, I'd probably just be able to spend more time with the family. That's sort of the goal,
And do you reckon that, help me to understand, do you reckon that is something that if you keep going what you're doing right now, you will be able to achieve or no?
Not really sure. What I'm doing at the moment, like, I don't have the gyms anymore. So, we have you do more personal training. So it's definitely a high hourly rate, but, yeah, it is capped.
Okay. I gotcha. And how many hours do you do per week?
35, 40.
And do you like to keep that 35, 40, or you would like to do more hours?
No, I sort of like to stay around the 35 mark, I think.
35 marks, perfect. So do you reckon that, of course, right now your income are capped, and if you decide to do more money, that you will have to do more hours?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I'm correct if I say, and please tell me if I'm not, slap me really hard in the face, that right now for yourself to make the double of your income, you will have to do the double of hours.
That's true. Yeah.
And what was going to happen, let's say, if you keep going what you're doing?
Well, I'll just stay where I am.
And are you willing to settle for that?
I'd prefer not to. Yeah.
What do you mean by I prefer, if you don't mind?
No, I'd rather be able to make more money and not work more hours.
Okay. You would rather?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, you want. All right. That's good. We gotta be on the same page, man. I bring you to Chris, and he told me like, this guy rather make more money. Like, I want you to want to make more money. That's the main things.
Yeah.
And what would be financially and time-wise the goal that you have in the next 12 months?
I don't know. Probably, yeah. Doubling the income would probably be the goal.
Okay. And what would you be able to enjoy with that money? Out of curiosity.
I suppose it would just be more breathing space, be a bit easier, be able to go on holidays a bit more, just stuff like that. Basic sort of like. I don't want to buy a Lamborghini or anything, but just I guess comfort.
Yeah. Would you say holidays and comfort?
Yeah.
For how long have you been trying to, to go on holiday?
Say that again.
For how long have you been trying to reach the goal to go on an holiday? Because of course, before you told me you used to have a gym. After you closed the gym, right now you're trying to open a business. So, like, for how long have you been planning to go to have an holiday?
Well, we still go on holidays because personal training still makes pretty good money. Working $100 an hour for still 35 hours is still a pretty decent income. So we can definitely do that. But I don't make any money on the holiday. So we like not only do I lose money when I don't work, like, but it's like I'm like doubling down on the loss. I take a week off. I've lost that money, plus I've lost the potential of making the money. So it's like, it's not losing 3.5K, it's losing like 7. Mentally, it's not really, but that's kind of how it feels. So holidays, plus you got to spend the money to go on the holidays. So, there's a lot of, it makes it harder to go on like longer holidays and stuff like that to the States and all that kind of stuff. So
I'm with you. So just to make sure we're on the same page. Of course, if you decide to take 2 months off, it's zero income, and then you come back, you will have to rebuild pretty much everything from scratch.
I know, because my clients are pretty good, but I definitely have to.
Sure, I assume that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Okay.
I've been a PT for a long time, so I definitely have to rebuild from scratch. But I definitely don't make any money.
Okay.
So like, it's just one of those things where, if I want to take a month off, and what would be 150K a year now is 120K a year.
So be able to build an online business by what you're saying will give you the possibility to go in holiday and not having to worry about to have zero income. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Perfect. And let's say possibly this one can give you the possibility, to go online, to to be able to double up your income and spend more time with your family. Would you be then open to invest in yourself?
You're gonna have to rephrase that, buddy.
You don't like it?
No, I'm asking you. It's really complicated. I don't really know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say, but it's not very clear.
Okay. So let's say possibly we get you to double up your income, all right? And we get you to enjoy an holiday without no worrying about the fact that you have zero income. Would you be open to investing in yourself?
Yeah.
All right, great, perfect. Now,
I would ask that a very different way.
tell me.
I would say, like, do you have the bandwidth to take on something like that at the moment?
The bandwidth?
Yeah, to take on something like that right now. Instead of like saying invest in yourself, like, it's still a bit salesy.
I think when we role play, when we done, we realize you say, do you have a capital available for investing in yourself?
Yeah, it just kind of feels like at that time, though, the line that you've gone down, like, I wouldn't talk about money yet, because you never actually asked me how much I make and how much I want to make. You've just you haven't turned stories into numbers, right? So, like, you're still kind of reading off a script, which makes sense, and I get it. You know what I mean? Like, and what you're doing isn't wrong or bad. It's just that, like, listen. I guess it's like, I don't know. It comes with experience of just like being able to talk to people and trying to like read the subtext.
Yeah.
Like time with family. Oh, tell me about your family.
Tell me about your family.
Right?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Ask me about my family. How old are my kids? You know what I mean? Like, ask me about that stuff and be like, oh, okay. So, like, oh, 2 kids under 4, that must be pretty busy. As a personal trainer, what kind of hours are you working? If I'm doing 35 sessions a week as a PT, I'm probably going at 6 a.m. and I probably don't get back until 8 p.m. And then I'm probably home in the middle of the day when the kids are at school or not around. So I probably don't see my kids that much. Right.
And then
So
I would have had to ask you once you told me that, how does that impact you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, we're like, oh, family. Okay. So you're trying to free up time to go to family. Oh, like, tell me about your family. Yeah, I've got 2 kids, yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. And I suppose, and being a PT, can you tell me about the hours that you work? I work 35 hours. And I guess, like, how's that broken up? I know a lot of PTs do kind of a split shift. Like how do you operate? And I'm either going to be missing them. I'm either not going to see them even if I don't do a split shift, I'm still going to be either working very early or very late. So, like, I'm still not going to be there for morning routine, which is hard for the wife. I'm not going to be there for evening routine, which is hard for the wife, like hard for the kids. You don't see them as much. Dude, when I was doing PT and I had Jack, I would go 2-3 days without seeing him, and I lived across the road from the gym. Right? Because I would get up for my 6 a.m., 5:30 sessions, and he wouldn't get up till after that. Right? So I'd be out the door by like 5:30. Then I'd be back at like, say, 10, and he'd be napping. Right? Then I'd go back for like midday sessions. Then I'd come back for like 2 o'clock. He'd be napping. Right? Then I'd come back, and then I'd go back to the gym around like 5, like when he went to bed. And then I was home at 8. And then I'd do the whole thing over again. There are literally sometimes I go 2-3 days without seeing him. So, like, that would have been, if you would have hit that pain point, you would have sold me into anything. Someone says family. Oh, tell me about your family.
Right.
Like, so picking up, but it's hard for you to think because, like, you don't have kids. So, like, it's not on the front of your mind, but like the emotional things, like family is always emotional. Tell me about the hours you work. Okay, cool. Because 35 hours as a PT is more like a 60-hour work week. Like, it's not 9 to 5.
Yeah, I gotcha. I think I understand the point. I'm still.
But like just being curious. Like, I work 35 hours a week. Okay, what does that mean? Are you doing like 9 to 5? Are you doing split shifts? Like, how does that work? Oh, I'm doing split shift. Okay, when do you start? Start at 6 a.m. Okay, when do you actually finish for the day? Like 8 p.m. Okay, fuck, man, that's pretty rough. Yeah, has that had an impact on you and your family? Yeah, it's fucking rough, man. I never see my kids. Okay, and how long has that been going on for? Been going on for like 2 years. Okay, wow. That sucks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, it's just practice of picking up on small things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just being genuinely curious.
Because right now I'm trying to bring you to a pathway of like the decision. I'm trying to build an alter ego, all right? But I'm not. That's the thing. Some people can, some people I cannot, because for some people,
I can't always use the same frame on everybody.
Hmm?
You can't use the same frame on everybody.
Yeah, that's actually right. That's why we're doing this.
You got to be more. You got to be more curious.
Okay.
Stop thinking about how you can sell them and just think about what they're saying.
Okay, that's the point. And what I had to you would have asked, apart from like you're right, perfect. Tell me a little bit more about your family. Like the 9 to 35 hours. Okay,
Let's just do it to you.
Okay.
Hey, Marco, it's just Matt from XYZ, fitness business coaching company. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Good. How's your day going?
Yeah, pretty busy. How are you?
Awesome, brother. We still an appropriate time for you? We still good to talk?
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. So, I just kind of wanted to find out a little bit more about you, and I guess see if there's a possibility of being able to helping. But I suppose like what are you hoping to, I guess, get out of this call today? Like, what was it that kind of sparked your interest into booking this?
Yeah, of course. Like I saw the video that you guys have from the ads, and I thought, like, I'm opening a business is something that I really wanted to do. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let's see what's out there.
Okay, so I guess what is it specifically? You said you want to open a business, is that right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, and like what type of business are you looking at opening?
I mean, I'm a personal trainer right now, and I was looking into the online space. So definitely, that's something that um, sooner or later I will have to be able to do.
Okay, so I guess tell me a little about your personal trainer. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm a PT. I'm a PT.
Okay, and so do you do that out of a gym or big box park? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. So I used to work at Virgin, all right, and I used to do like close to 40 hours, I would say. But with the corona and everything, I had to reshape half of the clients doing boot camps. And after, with the regulation, I had went to boot camp to zero. Now I'm going back and doing boot camps with 5 people. So yes, I would say like from those 40 hours right now, I'm averaging within 20 to 25, but still the income are not where they want to be. And
Okay.
yeah,
Well, the income's not where you want it to be. What do you mean?
yeah, exactly. Just because of course, like I wanna make sure that I would. I'll make sure that I can double up on my income. That's why I was thinking about to do it online because that for me would be like a multi-stream of income.
Okay, that makes sense. So, looking at possibly moving online and then having a look at increasing your income, leveraging time, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, cool. So can I ask you like a little bit about you what? I don't know. No, sorry,
That's right.
my beautiful wife. Okay, so in terms of I guess like going online, like what do you I guess run me through how you're currently getting clients and what you're currently doing with them. So, are we looking at transitioning or are you looking at sort of just starting a whole new business? Like, can I get some more information?
Yeah, of course. That's actually a good question. I didn't really think about it that deep, but now that you say, I think I could transit the clients that I've lost from the corona to this kind of online business and get new ones as well. So create more income than what I used to have before. Because my income, I have to be honest with you, like took a big hit from this.
What does a big hit mean?
I went down 20 within 25 is no 25% from my current income. The current income I used to have when I used to work full time.
Okay, so what was your full-time income?
Uh, $70,000.
70 grand. Okay, and so were you taking money direct from clients or were you getting paid by Virgin or?
Yeah, so I was taking like money. I was paying the rent.
Okay. Okay, sweet. And okay. And so I guess can I ask like what are you doing for getting clients now?
You mean online or you mean you
Just
mean
in general, like what do you do for sales and marketing?
yeah for them at the gym leads are provided. So generally people apply for membership and stuff like that. So I try to convert them when after the consultation, and online is something new, so I've just started. Is I actually haven't tried much, I have to be honest with you.
Okay, and I guess how long have you been I guess possibly considering transitioning to online?
That's been in the back of my mind also before this corona, but this corona kind of gave me like the push, if I were have to say that. So yeah, a good 6 to 7 months.
And like I guess like what is it that kind of caused you to start thinking about it? Like what's the reason for doing it that way instead of doing it the way that you've always done it?
Yeah, so I think in the before corona time it was like, man, what the hell am I gonna do for getting more than 70K? Now it's more like, and right now it's like, well, like, how can I still make more than 70K? So I guess it's that.
It makes sense. I suppose do you like the business you have now?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's still something that I can see in the future, but I would like to maybe once the online once deploy and it can take over a good chunk of my income, they can become a premium, the 101 I'm talking about.
Okay, so I guess well, like what do you like about the business you have now though?
Train people,
Yeah,
see
you like training
people,
people?
same
Yeah.
people,
The community and
face to face. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So I mean, it sounds like from that perspective, it's all kind of going relatively well. I suppose, is there anything that you would change about, I guess, your business if you could, though?
Um, in terms of in terms of my goal, or in terms of like the clients.
All the above. Is there anything you change?
Yeah, I mean the clients is yeah, it's like maybe be able to have less clients will give me less of a deck. In terms of goal, having more money, because definitely I can see myself not doing more hours.
Okay. What do you mean by headaches?
Yeah, you know, sometimes you have always the annoying one that it's move. You book it, they book at 4 and they can't come at 4, and you know, most of the time
Flaky. Yeah.
you have to reschedule. They come late. Then you fell behind. You have to rush other clients for that. And I don't think
Why not
that.
just fire them?
What do you mean, sir?
Why not just fire them? Are you in a position to be able to fire clients?
I would say that after is gonna be, you know, have less money, and I'm a guy who likes hard work. So
Okay. All right. So looking to get, I guess, higher quality of clients. Is that what you're saying? Like ones that sort of really value you and your service and what you can bring, and then bringing in more money for less headaches. Is that right?
yeah, I've actually didn't realize this before the call, but yes, yeah, absolutely. I think high quality clients.
Okay. And those lower quality clients, I suppose, like how long has that been an issue for?
I say that I think it used to be an issue for long, but I kind of put it on the back of my mind, saying, "Oh, you know, it's like this." But right now, I'm at the point where like, oh, I
Does that
change,
does that
or
does that like do you enjoy training those people?
not really.
Does that
But
does that have an impact on you and how you operate?
yeah, sometimes it does make me want to kind of say, "Is it the right job for me?"
Okay. I mean, just so I can see the kind of, I guess the rationale behind you might be looking to hop online and transition into that sort of higher paying, higher quality client. I guess, but besides, I know we're starting from scratch here, but besides kind of having the sales and the marketing, and I suppose that kind of support, like what's the real reason why you're looking to streamline this and kind of doing it the way that you've always done? Like what's the reason for doing it now?
I think in base of what you say and what you were advising is to not really not having. Sorry, I guess. So yeah, pretty much. How I'll say no working with those clients anymore. That is what you were saying. You were advising, and that's something that I don't want to do anymore.
Okay. And how many top tier clients do you have right now?
Now I told you I got 25, so I would say 5. So
I guess like how many would you want if you could have them though?
yeah, if I can keep those 5, that will be the max. Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, so you just want 5 really good clients.
yeah, 5 really good clients from the 101, the other one from the online. So I would love to have the online business to replace the remaining one plus
So
the
so
other.
you want 25 really high quality clients.
Yeah, I would say that's a good max. That.
Okay. That makes sense. And I suppose like before talking to me, like were you out there kind of looking for ways where you can kind of get those people who really value your time? Like like what have you been doing?
I've been researching online for the past 6 months, like researching, but I get on a website and they say something, and go on a website and say another thing. I get another website saying another thing. So more than everything here is like, what the hell am I doing? Like, which
Have you
direction am I going?
have you had any of these types of calls before?
Not at this level. Not at this level. I didn't really think about it. This was an issue before.
Okay. Have you sat down with any other sort of coaching or training companies to possibly get the skills to where you can know how to do this? Have you spoken to anybody else?
Um, it was more a promising call rather than a skill call, if that makes sense. Like,
Doesn't. Sorry, can you explain?
yes, because I've been promised, you know, like I'm a person that is a little bit skeptical. So like so most of the times they promise you that you're gonna make 100K in the first year. This course seems to be about skills. So yeah, I've never been taught about improving my skills.
Okay, so what is it that prevented you with going with them? Was it just that it felt like all promises and no delivery?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, so I guess just to make sure that what we do might actually work for you, but besides, I guess, learning those skills, what are you actually looking for in kind of a training or like a a coaching criteria? Like what are you really looking for to ensure that you can get the result?
Uh, Guidance. With all this searching, it just like set me apart, like coming
What
frustrated and confused. And
why is that important to you now though?
yeah, because I think, I have to be able to change what we're doing. And a period like this one will help me actually do, because let's be honest, if I start doing like back the hours I was doing, I'm not going to have time to do this. So I guess it's a good time now to kind of put my head down and say, if you really want it in life, you got to go and get it.
Okay, that makes sense. You mentioned something about your income. I guess like you said you were making 70K, but you wanted to make a bit more. Like I guess I just kind of want to get clear. Like what is your ideal kind of annual income?
100K, that would be something like, wow.
100K. Is that really is that the ideal, or is that what you just want to say out loud?
Like, what is what I say out loud?
What do you what do you like? You ever have a conversation with somebody that wants to sign up to personal training and they're 50 kilos overweight and they say they just want to lose the first five?
Oh, damn, every day.
What do you say to them?
Don't think like today. Think like when you want where you want to arrive at the end.
Okay, so take your own advice. Where do you want to be?
250K.
Okay, so with the way that you're doing now, how close are you to being able to make 250K?
Nah, oh man, not a chance.
Yeah, okay, why?
It's
You seem
missing,
like a hardworking guy. Like, why?
it's missing the skills.
What do you What do you mean by
Missing the
skills?
guidance, the path.
Okay. Okay. So like, let's just say that you were able to get to 250K in the next 12 months. I guess like what would you do with that? Like, I guess what's what significance does that have to you, and how would it affect you personally?
That is, I would say, for a thing, if as impact will make me happy, for sure, because it will prove to myself that I can do it. That I was like, I'm the guy that makes 70K. I'm the guy that makes, yeah, I was 250. Like, yeah, I'm the guy that makes $250,000.
And then you meet someone who makes a million. What do you do then?
Mm-hmm.
And you meet
Shake,
somebody who makes a million.
shake his hand and try to chase him.
It's funny, right? Like when I was a PT, I used to sit in front of people and they would tell me something very similar, and I'd have to tell them the truth, which is at the end of the day, the result isn't going to make you happy, right? So, like, there has to be a deeper reason as to I would like 250K. I would like to see that bank slip. Like, that's not a reason. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it's a bit of a throwaway, and I'll sort of give you an example as to what I mean. Like when I like vision is very important,
Mm.
and being able to see reasons why you're doing things, and you do it every day with your clients, right? The people who get the result when they lose weight with you are the people who you understand why they're doing it, whether they're doing it for to be able to keep up with their kids, whether they're doing it to make their parents proud, whether they're doing it to fucking they walked in on their husband fucking a 20-year-old yoga instructor and they want to look awesome to rub it in his face. Like, it doesn't matter,
Mm.
right? The reason is not important to me as long as the reason is important to you. So there has to be something deeper, and there has to be an emotional driver. And as a coach, on the days that you come to me and you're demotivated and you haven't done what you're told, there has to be something that I can use to realign you. So, like, I want to ask you again, why do you need to make 250K?
Yeah, I need never have financial stability in my life, and I think that number will give me the possibility of the financial stability.
You've never had financial stability?
No, come from a rough background.
Okay, so this would, I guess, signify something to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and I guess like how would it make you feel if you could get there?
Proud, man. Proud.
Okay,
Uh,
and I think you'd mentioned like frustration and at like needing the guidance. I suppose like I guess how long have you kind of felt that you've been needing this guidance for?
a lot, man. 6 months since I started searching online. More I've searched, more it became versed.
Okay, and I suppose that sort of that lack of guidance, has that had an impact on you?
Yeah, kind of say, oh, yeah, I'm not the guy. I'm never gonna make it.
Do you believe that though?
Nah, now that I can just now that I can see my holes, maybe yes, I can work on it.
Okay, so it's time to make a change then, possibly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm already up to it.
Okay, and so like I guess like just so I can understand, like what do you think? I guess happens if you just kind of keep on the same train that you're going down now. I guess like where do you think your business will be in the next sort of 3 or 6 months?
Same old, same old.
Okay, and is that are you willing to settle for that?
Um, nah, man.
And well, I guess like whose choice is it if you settle?
Not me.
So do you want to kind of change your situation and start making more money, or would you rather
Yeah,
just kind of stay where you're at?
yeah. I definitely want to change, man.
All right, man. So I guess how important is it for you to make that change?
Really, really important.
Okay. All right, dude. Well, based on what you told me, man, like I think what we do actually like might work for you. I think like, because you know how you said you just kind of like you just need that guidance and that sort of step by step plan so that you can actually start doing the right things in your business to be able to move that forward so that you can get the clients that value your time and that are those sort of top tier clients. And I think you mentioned it was just a bit like deflating, like a little bit sometimes to have those clients. Was that right?
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Okay. All right, man. So like, at this stage, and if you feel it's appropriate, I can kind of take you through how the program works and what we can actually do to help you solve some of those problems. Would that be okay?
Yeah, yeah. That's
All right,
good,
cool.
man. Fire is like so different. I can tell that you get really in control. First things. Second things is you have a clear direction, which I don't. I move from the 10 clarities like this. You move like this. In terms of like you got clear things.
Yeah, that's like fucking. I do that shit word for word every time, and
Can
every
you can you
conversation
send
goes
me?
the
Can you
same.
send it to me?
The script?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
There
share it to you right now.
there is a part where you asked me.
See, the thing is, and the key is, man, at the beginning, I have to get you into a sequence where I can start my script.
In which way?
So, like, my script starts with, like, basically, do you like the such and such you have now? That's where my script starts, right? So, you didn't have an online business, so I can't ask you about sales and marketing.
Mm.
Didn't have like, so I can't go, okay, well, do you like the sales and marketing that you have now? Easy, done. If they currently have an online business, you just go straight for that. You go on the fucking sequence and sell them. Super easy. Right. So I had to kind of maneuver and ask enough questions to get enough information and kind of tease out some things. So I could just say, well, do you like the business you have now? And then I could just start talking about the business that you currently have and why it's imperative that you change over.
Okay. There
Right.
is a part where you ask me about like for how long have you been thinking about it? Is like, and what do you really want? Like that kind of struck me when you say, like, results are not really numbers. Like the results is not really what makes you happy. Like, why do you want to do this? There has to be something deeper.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna send you the last call that I did. I think you'll like it. Listen, it's almost word for word the conversation that we just had. Right? And then I pick up on one thing where he breaks down a fair bit.
Okay. I will focus to get this a little bit better.
So I think like it's obviously like the fact that I think the more you can use the questions that I did, the easier it will be, because like you can know the wording of how to say it, because obviously English is your second language. You're obviously very good at English, but like my questions are very simple. They're very simple to understand. What do you mean
They
by
don't
that?
look robotic though, and not at all. That's all I was trying to understand.
Did you see that I was reading off the script though?
Yeah. No, because I was
I was scrolling. I was just reading off my script.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like obviously not word for word, but like, and I've done it so many times now that I
Send me
can
that script.
I just did.
Don't be tired.
I just did. So yeah, man, like it's just about oh, hold on a second. My computer's gonna die. So like you'll sell 90% of people on that script. Like doing what I just did, you'll sell almost everybody. Like you would have bought.
Yes, true. No, I would 100%. Like I was trying to make it hard, but
you just like it's just okay. You see how calm it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. I understand that. Why that? Why this? How does that make you feel? What do you mean by that? I'm not quite sure. Has that impacted you? And like it's totally natural, and it makes total sense in the flow of the conversation. Like, and people are willing to answer it because like they're being asked questions about themselves, and people really enjoy talking about themselves. And people at the end of that script will thank you for it.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever pull out. People will be 100% into it. They'll see you as a trusted advisor, but not a coach, which is what we want to be. We want to be trusted advisors and not coaches.
Yeah.
Right. And so at no stage, like I could have sold literally anything at the end of that call. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter what industry, doesn't fucking matter anything. It's just like, here you go. Bang, 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 bang. And like the last fucking 10 calls that I've had, like that's exactly how it's done. And I just do that shit word for word. The only hard part is learning how to get them on the course. Sometimes it's super easy. Yeah, man, I have an online business and I'm looking to kind of scale it up. Oh, tell me about that. Where are you at the moment? Okay, cool. Run me through like, sales, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so do you like the sales and marketing process you have in place now? Yes, I do. Okay, great. What do you like about it? I like this, this, and this. Okay, man, it sounds like it's all going fairly well. Like, I guess, is there anything that you would change if you could, though? Yes, I would change this. Wop, 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 wop. Okay, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? And how long has that been going on for? And what impact has that had on you? Okay, next part, next part, next part. All you need is like 2 things, even one thing that's an issue. Right. So if you listen to the first like 10 minutes of those calls over and over again, you can just hear me fishing for something to latch onto. Right. Because like the hardest part of the way that we do it, the way that I do it is getting the right information to begin with. And then once you get that and you get them on the train, they can't get off. They can't get off it because I wouldn't let you. You could have started going on a tangent. I would have said, okay, well that makes sense, man. Can you just tell me about this? And I would not have let you go on for more than 30 seconds on a tangent.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I understand.
I would have sold you in 25 minutes.
There's something I gotta change towards the finances and math, because I don't get to the money standpoint with them. I don't ask how much money they make. I ask
Why
how much
not? Why not? You got to know the gap.
But that's the things, because you say I'm right, perfect. Like what will be your goal? Like in the next 12 months, I like to make 100K. Or like, and what looking back, like what?
So where like and so where are you at the moment? Like what's your income right now? I'm at 50K. All right, cool. That's no dramas. You have to know where they're at. Do you know what I mean? So you can spread that gap. Because what if he's like, yeah, I want to make 500. You're like, yeah, cool, dude, no dramas, and the dude makes 20. It's very different than if he makes 300.
That's true.
Those gaps are different and the leverage points are different. If someone's making 0 and they want to make 500, they've obviously got to start from scratch. So you have to kind of like, that's much harder. It's much harder for you to grab onto points because they have nothing to do. So like, I had a call today where the guy didn't sign, but I mean, his mom died like 2 days ago. So he needs 2 weeks, but he's going to sign up and he just needs like 2 weeks to get everything sorted. And I was like, oh dude, totally fine. Let's just go ahead and put this on the back burner. But he's already friends requested me on Facebook and he's texted me twice. You know what I mean? Like he's in. But obviously it wasn't going to make him do something. He's planning fucking his mom's funeral. It's horrible, right? And he's a great guy. But yeah, so he had no business. So I had to like kind of dig and claw about previous businesses. And like I found out he does have a bit of a PT business. And I was like, okay, well, why not just leverage a PT? He's like, time for money. I'm like, okay, what do you mean by that? He's like, I'm like, all right. I'm like, how many hours a week are you working now? He's like, I'm working like 50. I was like, all right, cool. And so is that all PT hours? He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, okay, tell me about that. So I found out, okay, he's doing about $2,000 a week with a PT, right? Working about 35 hours, found out some other stuff about his family. I was like, okay, cool. Why do you want to do this? He's like, oh, I just want to make more money. I go, that's a bullshit reason. That's never going to make anyone do anything. I was like, tell me really, man, like what's this about? I can't, as a coach, like you know this, I have to know more about you to help you. There are days where you're going to fuck up. There are days you're going to be good, days you're going to be bad. And it's up to me to ensure that you stay on track. So like, I need to know why you're doing this.
I think that's
just be quiet.
Something that I never gone that deep inside. So the transition is like, it was also never about numbers. It's always like, of course, because once you arrive to that numbers, you're never going to be happy. So tell me, like, honest.
People don't get fulfillment through the end state. They get like fulfillment from the journey, right? So like losing the weight is like the prize at the end, but like the real gift is learning how to do it, right? So, and that's the same with business. Like having a 7-figure business is great. I know I have one, right? But like learning how to do that is far more powerful than just having one. Because then when you get there, you're like, okay, cool. And now I need 10 million. You know what I mean? Like it's just a hurdle that you cross over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people don't run races to win. Right? People run races because like they get out of winning, and they like running races. So like, and like working as hard as they do is not to win. Working as hard as they do is because they have some sort of deep-seated desire, and some sort of winning has some sort of emotional attachment to that, whether it's positive or negative. Whether their dad treated them like shit if they lost, so they need to win so they can feel fulfilled in themselves, so that because they think they're garbage otherwise, right? Everyone's got these reasons as to why they do stuff, and like when you're taking someone through a sales process, like you have to be okay with asking people about that and conveying some level of vulnerability yourself if needed,
Yeah,
but
that's totally right. And
but the way that you do things is extraordinarily effective. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have to. That's the thing. So like, I gotta be able to be versatile, because like, there you go. When you use another kind of situation, of like yours, you done actually. The example yours was good because you already had a business, and what I was trying to fish there is like, maybe you made a mistake in your business and stuff like that. I was like, all right, what would you like to repeat? And after changing is better, like that kind of shit. But what I've sure dig, and rather than in the business, is in yourself. I was like, all right, perfect. Why not? Like, of course, like the goal of you spending time with your family. Like, tell me a little bit more about your family. Well, what you get? All right, perfect. And what would?
How old?
Yeah.
How old are your kids? Cool. Boy or girl? Or both? I got a boy and a girl. All right, cool, man. So, like, you're a PT, yeah. What kind of hours do you work? I work these hours. All right, cool. So you're up in the morning. Like, do you kind of work mornings and afternoons, or do you work afternoons and evenings, or do you do a split shift? I do a split shift. Okay. That can be rough, dude. Yeah. How long have you been doing that for? 4 years. Okay, is that had an impact on you? Yeah. In what way? I barely see my fucking kids. Okay. So why do you want to go online? So I don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so this is to be able to leverage your time better so you can spend more time with the kids? Okay. Great.
Okay. And do you reckon my one was that bad, Matt?
No, it wasn't bad at all. It's just it was a little bit surface. It was still taking me down the right pathway and stuff like that. And I thought that you probably should have asked the money piece earlier. Don't be afraid to ask about money. It's all good. It's all part of a conversation. This is a coaching program. We're talking about money. It's going to happen, right? So figuring out their current situation is important. What do you currently do? How long are you doing it how long have you been doing it that way? And why have you chosen to do it that way? Those are like situation questions, right? So what do you currently do? I'm a PT. How long have you been doing that? Why do you do PT? Oh, it's a good hourly rate. Okay, perfect. So what do you like about doing PT? Is there anything you would do differently? Is there anything you would change if you could? You know what I mean?
In the case of someone like trying to open a business online, the question is like, what are you currently doing to make sure you're achieving X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
And they say, I'm not doing much about it.
Why not? So I'm brand obviously they like I'm brand new. I just got a payout, right, of 200 grand or 100 grand, whatever like that. So they've got money, but they have no gym, right? They have no nothing. Like, all right, cool. So I would probably move it around a little bit. I go, okay, so I guess like, what did you hope to get out of this call? And like, put it back on them. You don't have to fish too much. You can put it on them. I just really hope to kind of learn how to take a business online. Well, I guess like, what is it in particular that you're kind of hoping to learn? I really want to learn about this, and this. Okay, what do you mean? Then get them to do specifics, latch onto one or two things, and then go, okay, well, tell me about why is that important? Okay. Now, are you currently doing any of that? Okay. Before reaching out to us, have you started looking around for ways to learn those skills? You know what I mean? So you've got to kind of like with my script, like when you understand it, you can kind of ask certain questions that are down here to get certain bits of information and bring them back to the top. And you can always go back and re-ask them again, because you've got to kind of get some sort of anchor to go onto. New businesses is the hardest, but you can just go like why they want to go online. You can just leverage the why. Why online? What do you want to achieve? Why do you want to impact people? Like, what's the reasons? Why not just do a gym? Why not just do a boot camp? Okay, you know what I mean? Like there's, sort of be skeptical and question, like, this is not why do it this way? I'm curious. Okay. So like, what are the skills that you think you need to learn? Okay. Why those in particular? Okay. Stuff like that.
Okay. Good. All good. All done.
Perfect.
Thanks for spending time with me. I really appreciate it, Matt. I know we talk
pleasure.
about the same shit all day with everyone, blah, blah, blah. And it gets fucking at some point.
No, dude. It's good to go.
I spoke with Ben today, but I don't understand, like...
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.